Hello friends, it is Friday after school, made it to the end of the week, and I am so impressed with myself as far as what I got to organize for this week. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Mrs. Vinosa. I am a kinder teacher in Houston. And this week, friends, I have like the organizational bug. We have 4 more weeks of school left. This year, we were not allowed to have any extra furniture in the classroom because of COVID. So my room has been a hot mess. Like, it's been so unorganized. I've just been dumping things wherever. So I really just need to start organizing so I don't have to do it over the summer. So I'm going to try and get as much organization done as possible, organize my bins, my binders, my closets. Let's see what all I can get done. So I'm already starting to think about how I'm going to reorganize all of my material up here because it could be much neater. And I think for all of this stuff up here, I just don't use like a lot of this lakeshore stuff because I'd rather just print my own things and have it fit in little bins versus having just different sized boxes like this. And I use this resources more so when I was in pre-K anyway, so I'm going to try and offer it to the pre-K classroom and see if they want to take it. So I want to keep this section as my science section, keep this as my math section, and this is my literacy section. This will be like supplies. And this section is still very much a mess. I have not been organized this year. This is all just ended up in piles. So I need to organize all of this as much as possible. So that's what I'm kind of going to work on for this week, is trying to figure out how I'm going to reorganize things. But that's all I have for you right now, friends. I do have an after school meeting, so I will check back in with you later in the week. Hello friends, it is Tuesday afternoon. It's a little bit past 5. I was supposed to go to the gym today, but I skipped out on my gym day because I just didn't have a very filling lunch. I was so hungry. We had an after school meeting about STAR testing that starts up next week, and I mentioned yesterday that I just have like the organization bug right now. So today I was organizing my classroom and I got to sort most of my binders, and there's like one closet that I got to clear out, and I want to make that where all of my art supplies go. So long story short, I just wanted to come home and organize stuff that I have here at home. We will probably be moving this summer, so that's the main reason why I just want to organize everything. And I always end up just organizing my stuff over the summer, so this should be the first summer that I don't have to do that. I got my teacher cart right there. I brought back home all of like my pre-K dramatic play stuff, and I'll probably put it in that extra bin that I have right there, along with just other school stuff. I'm really trying to be as minimalist as possible, but that's definitely hard as a teacher. This is the closet where I keep all of my teacher stuff, and especially this year, since we were not allowed to have any extra furniture because of COVID and spacing out the desks, here is all of my extra stuff that I need to find a new home for. And then binders, and I did buy a couple of extra bins yesterday at Target. They actually weren't that expensive. They were $4 each. They're the Sterlite 16 quarts. So I don't know what I want to put in here yet. I just felt like I needed extra bins already. So I'm about to start reorganizing. I guess I'm going to start with putting all of the dramatic play in that bin and just seeing how much space I have in that bin. I can probably put my theme resources into one bin and get that bin and take it to school. So here we go. Let's see how much I can get done. All right, y'all, that was like probably just 15 minutes of organizing. That's all I have in me. I was able to fit my pre-K themed resources into this one bin, so I have an extra red one. Yeah, I just need to take it like a little bit at a time. So I'm just gonna do bins and binders. So I'm gonna put this stuff in the car. That's the rest of my art stuff, and I have 3 bins that I need to sort through and find a spot for in the class. Like I mentioned, all of my pre-K dramatic play and sensory stuff is in here, and I thought I could clear out these 3 binders, but I don't know. I'm just gonna leave them like that. Like, I still remember very clearly what each theme was, and this is just a couple of things that didn't fit in the bins. But yeah, I think so. This is an extra math tub, extra literacy, and then that red one that I just cleared out. But yep, friends, so just that's my little organization update for today. We'll see what I can get done tomorrow. Hello friends, it is after school on Wednesday, and I'm just gonna do a super quick check-in. I have a couple of highlights for today, and my main highlight is that look at my desk. I managed to clear most of it off. I spent like all morning and my lunchtime trying to organize stuff. Those are the bins that I brought home. I'm not ready to organize those, so I just put them on the floor. But like I mentioned, I'm trying to make this all of my art supplies. I still have some stuff that I don't know where it's gonna go yet. This is like extra school supplies that the school gave us. I still have those couple of bins that I just got from Target. I think I'm gonna use one for all of my snacks. I have to have snacks, so I'm gonna put all of that in one of those bins at some point. That's kind of what that area is looking like. I still have, so I should have more space there. And then that's gonna stay a mess. I would prefer not to set up the computers because it's honestly such a pain to get kindergartners to learn how to use a mouse and like navigate a computer. And like we just don't have time to be sitting with them and walking them through that. So that's kind of just gonna stay a mess, and that's where I put like my big anchor chart paper. But that's how that's looking. Still have my mess over there with the bins. And this is looking much better as well. So I moved up the printer. I'm gonna have stuff that I don't usually use up here. I don't know what I'm gonna put here, so this is just random stuff so far. But this is all beautifully organized, so I got to label all of the stuff that is actually in here. I hadn't labeled this. That stays the same. Those smaller 2 had already been labeled. But it's looking a lot better. And then my big tub with all of my miscellaneous things are down here. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. At some point, I'll go to probably Target and get, I just need like the little sticky stuff that goes on the command hooks so I can hang up all of my border. Like it's not horrible down there, but I'm just gonna hang it up. Almost done with my binders. I need to reprint the labels. That's like my big highlight. It's slowly coming together. I'm still just gonna keep focusing on these closets and my binders for this week. And next week I will tackle organizing my bins and my books. Yeah, kind of halfway there it feels like. It's just so relieving to have this stuff off of my desk. Had like just random little stuff that I had to get rid of, like that I didn't want to throw away. So I picked like 4 students that were making good choices today, and I let them pick like the little stuff that I was about to throw away. I mentioned that I didn't go to the gym yesterday, so I'm about to meet with my mentee and then go to the gym today. So I will probably check back in with y'all either tomorrow or Friday. Good morning, friends. It is Thursday morning. It is my planning time right now. Today is going to be a very different day. I have mentioned that I teach in a very multicultural community, and most of my students are Muslim, and today they are celebrating Eid. So I have 10 of my kids that are not here today. I only have 3 in person and then my 4 online. So it's gonna be a pretty relaxed day, I think. Last night I printed out my new labels for my binders, so that's what I'm about to do right now. And probably keep organizing like just this closet, the closets and the binders, as I've said. I do want to make a new sight word poster. I did change up the order of how I teach my sight words, so I just want to make a new one that matches the order that I'm teaching them in. That's all I have for you right now, so let me just go ahead and get some work done. Alright friends, I finished labeling my binders. It is so satisfying to have everything labeled. And these binder labels and spines are from Pocketful of Primary. I really like her simple style, but I just want to share a couple of tips whenever you are labeling your binders. So this, for next year, I do want to have an actual substitute binder, basically with our schedule, which this one doesn't have it this year, but with our schedule, what they're doing for the day, like all of that. And then this is basically just busy work. If I have to miss an unexpected day that I didn't plan for, then the substitute or one of my kinder teammates can just pull my binder and make copies of busy work. But a couple of tips when you are organizing your binders: I did laminate the sheets just so that they're easier to pull out, and then I did put a piece of tape just so that it's not moving around. And for the spine, I didn't put it all the way inside. I left a little bit out just so I can pull it out in case I need to switch binders. For my CVC words, I have a ton of resources. Like, this is probably the fullest one I have. Whenever I organize my binders, I kind of like to do it in the order that I'm teaching things. And again, these are basically the master copies, so I can just pull them out when it's time to make copies. That makes my life much easier instead of having to look for my digital file and then printing it and then making copies. So this saves me some steps. And yeah, I usually, when we start CVC words, I start talking about word families. So we start off with this resource from the Moffatt Girls. And this is the same resource. It comes, I printed these out smaller, but they come like in a full page. But I printed them off just smaller, just so it's less paper. But the original file like is this size. There we are. I was not organized last year, and I ended up printing like the big file twice, but this is what it looks like. And it comes with these little alphabet tiles. So this is for the IT family. Those are the letters that they would need. But I do it, if I print out the big ones, I end up just doing it with stamps because that's easier for me versus organizing all of these little tiles. But for the summer, I think I'm gonna reprint this, and I will print it out with the letter tiles so they can take that home to practice. And then this is another resource from Marceline Attard, and it's like a big CVC mix. Some of the sheets you have to write the beginning sound, the middle sound. Some of them you have to write the ending sound. And this is a resource that I printed out for centers in colored. I also just printed it out in black and white. When we start segmenting, they can listen to each sound, and it reminds them that they have to do that from left to right. So very visual. I love this resource. This is from One Sharp Bunch. Another resource, this is Caitlin Clabby Kindergarten Smiles. Some word puzzles by Teaching First for Plato. Oh, this is Plato to Plato. I think this might have been a free one, and it comes with, actual CVC puzzles. This is from the Measured Mom. These are secret CVC words. I just got this one this year. My Teaching Pal. I also got this one this year. Tweet Resources. These are all stuff that I would print so my students do independently. A Teachable Teacher. These are CVC word passages, and it has sight words as well. And again, I like to print it off as small as I can, but this is like the full sheet, what the full sheet looks like. And that's it for my printable CVC words. And then in here, I love this morning work. Y'all have heard me talk about this morning work from learning from Ms. Langley. So I'm finally getting this organized as well. I just have been so disorganized this year. I don't know where my original copies are, so I might have to reprint them, but thereafter they will be in here. So I found September. I'm missing October, November, December, and January, and then I did find February, March, April, May, and I need to print out June. But again, I love this as morning work. I assigned it as homework last year, but I think it works much better as morning work because not all of my kids have support at home to get the homework done. So I'm going to keep saving this for morning work from now on. But yeah, that'll be ready to go. And then I finally put my DIGRAPH one together. So sorting digraphs. I don't know where I kept most of my originals because this was stuff I bought this year. It was a big digraph pack from Michelle Hudgeons. And then this is from the Moffatt Girls. This is from This Reading Mama. This is the Printable Princess. And that's all I have so far for digraph work. And then that will be my parent communication binder for next year. And in my literacy printables, I have like letter recognition and beginning sound stuff. Math needs to be a little more organized. Like I just put everything math in there, but I have to sort it. And science is pretty sorted. Yeah, those are my binders. I still have to finish organizing my closet. But I'll probably do that later. Let me see if I can get my new poster done. All right, y'all, so I finished my new words. So this is the one I'm currently using, and I realized that I numbered them like this. So this time I'm gonna number them across. So 1, 2, 3, kind of like when you're reading left to right, next line, left to right. And now it's in the order of my actual word work. I've shared this resource a ton because it's one of my favorites. It was not super expensive, and I've been using it since my first year of teaching. But yeah, our first sight word is C. This is like their little packet work. So when it's time to make copies, I pull these out. And then these are the books. So the first word C, can. It's all organized in the order. So it's super easy when I'm making copies. But yep, that's the order. So I just need to finish numbering it, and I'll probably take it to Lakeshore today after school to laminate it. Miss Mo was kind enough to take my kids out to recess. So what I'm about to do now, I mentioned that next week will be STAR testing for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. And so Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, pre-K through 2nd graders will not be on campus. They will be doing virtual asynchronous learning. So basically assign them their work. We don't know what classrooms are going to be used for testing yet, but they did ask just all teachers, to start clearing out their walls basically. So that's part of packing up for the end of the year anyway. So that is what I'm gonna get done right now. I think I'll be able to finish, and then I'll head outside to recess with my 3 little kids. right, y'all, that took me about 50 minutes to get through, and it was really just sorting everything into the bin. So let me show you, it's a little bit better. So this is like literally just random math stuff that I found all in the math bin. These are actual math centers that I put in the red and white pockets. So that's all organized. I basically just need to add manipulatives. This is my stuff that I literally just add manipulatives to, and it's ready to go. So that's what I found so far. This is like another literacy tub, basically. I have some CVC activities, some write and wipe tracing sheets, and then like a tracing dry erase notebook. I usually just have this stuff at the beginning of the year for the kids that have like poor fine motor skills and don't really know how to form letters. This is my sight word games. This is a bunch of extra literacy stuff. Oh my goodness. And this is all of my letter recognition stuff. Yup. So it's looking a little bit better. So I need to get that tub labeled. I guess it's going to be another extra literacy tub. And now my pile is over here. But I don't know when I'll get through this. But again, it's just looking much better. But now I have a pile here. I will sort through this tomorrow. I think this is going to be one of my science tubs that I will put up here. I still need to get through organizing that stuff. And lastly will be my books. I need to bring them from home, so maybe I'll start doing that tomorrow. And those will go up there, I'm thinking, but we will see if they fit. But all right, y'all, that's it for today. I will see y'all tomorrow. Hello, friends. It is Friday after school. Made it to the end of the week. And I am so impressed with myself as far as what I got to organize for this week. So let me show y'all what I got accomplished today. Let me start over here in this area. This area is typically where I keep Ziplocs and like extra little supplies and boxes of tissue, but we are missing those, so I need to request some. These little organizers are from Lakeshore, and I use them to organize leveled readers, and these are just random leveled readers that I've ended up with. Then this is kind of my literacy area. I got to label some new little tubs like my CVC words and DIGRAPHs. I have rhyming cards. This is all printable stuff for centers that is just ready to go and ready to be pulled out. Another new one is the Write the Room. So all of my Write the Room cards will go in here. Manipulative letters. On top here, I have some more literacy items like sight words, word families, picture word bingo, and those are real pictures, so it helps them build up vocabulary. I have letter construction. What's behind here? And some colored cubes. These are extra little trays that I use during centers. These are some foam blocks, a little bit of fine motor right here. This is like my Play-Doh stuff. I forget what these little tiles are called, but I got them from Lakeshore. Big foam dice. These are like attribute shapes. These are like the alphabet arcs, pattern matchups, inchworms. And then these are like my math tubs. And then we move on to science. This stuff ended up with a lot of real items that we used to sort for 5 senses. So this is actually the only tub that is empty. I have Play-Doh in here, which I'm gonna start making my own next year. So I have like little things of Play-Doh, but for next year I do wanna like fill up this whole thing with Play-Doh. And yeah, this is my science stuff. Guided reading. This space up here, I want to put my books whenever I get to organize that. Up here, I have all of my beautiful binders labeled. This is like my little snack area. And I'm so excited about this area as well. Look at all of this. It's much, much better. So I finally got to label everything in this tub. This is, yeah, more or less organized, all of my small group items. I do have this extra space. I still need to get my little hooks on my closet and hang my border. That'll get done at some point next week. This closet is still basically the same, just a lot of art supplies up here. Yeah, this is just a shoebox full of chalk. You don't have to buy containers for every little thing. Reuse whatever you have. And lastly, these tubs are a little bit better. I did go through them a little bit more today and kept sorting stuff. And I do have like paper piles. I don't know when this all will get sorted. I used to keep headphones in here for when they used iPads. This is where my clipboards are going to go. This is where their folders typically go. Whenever they come in the mornings, they would put their folders in here with their homework. This is just all Lego, so I need to label this. This is extra school supplies. And these are books that I'm probably going to give away to the kids. Like, I'm going to let them pick whatever they want to take home because I don't think I'll use them. So I'm basically like, I don't know, like 75% packed up. Like, I still need to organize my books. So I did bring my teacher cart, and this is full of books. But I just did not have time to sort these. That will get done at some point next week. I have a couple of tubs, and then that's just all books. And I have some more extra tubs here for the books. Those are like extra notebooks. So I have to find a place for all of that. Those are also extra books. And then just like my small group stuff. And then at the end of the year, cleaning up like all of my kids' individual baskets. But that's kind of it, y'all. Like, it's Friday. I want to get out of here. I absolutely need a nap. Like I mentioned, next week we are going to be helping with testing. I did find out today, though, that my room will not be used for testing, but I probably will be proctoring. So yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will not be very exciting. Monday and Friday we'll try to make fun days. I think that's all I have for you, friends. I think next week I will post a video maybe giving end of the year celebration or like graduation ideas. I'm not sure what I want my video to focus on, but probably won't do a classroom vlog just because, yeah, we'll only be in here Monday, Friday. I don't know yet, but I will see y'all next week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned like a couple of organizational tips. I'll definitely check back in once like all of my books are sorted. And yeah, just update y'all the next time that I do my classroom vlog. But again, thank you so much for watching and stay safe and see you later.